Rudy's story, the little blind cat who sees with his heart. Hi, I'm Amanda, and this is the story of Rudy, a blind cat who changed the way we see the world. His life didn't start easy, but through pain and loss, he's grown into the most loving, resilient little soul I've ever met. Rudy was born into a litter of 6 kittens who were all abandoned at just a few weeks old. Their mother was nowhere to be found. When rescuers discovered them, the kittens were sick and weak, suffering from severe upper respiratory infections and devastating eye conditions. The shelter that took them in did everything they could, but the damage was already done. Each kitten had to have at least one eye removed. Rudy lost both. For a tiny kitten who had never even opened his eyes to the world, it seemed like an unfair start. But even without sight, Rudy had something so powerful, an incredible will to live.
What's she doing? She got it. She got it.
My husband and I first saw Rudy's photo in a shelter post online. He looked so small, so vulnerable. And yet, there was something deeply peaceful about his little face. The moment we saw him, we just knew. It felt like he was waiting for us. We cried, not from sadness, but because we already felt love for this kitten we hadn't even met.
Oh, good job. Good job. Come on.
When we arrived at the shelter, they placed Rudy in my arms, and I held him close for the long 5-hour drive home. He didn't make a sound. He nestled into me like a baby, trusting and calm, as if he already knew he was finally safe. It was one of the most beautiful moments of my life. At home, we were nervous. Would he be scared? Would he be able to adjust? We set up a small room to help him acclimate, thinking he might need time. But Rudy had no interest in being sheltered or limited. He immediately started exploring, carefully, gently, but fearlessly. He used his whiskers to feel walls, his paws to sense space, and his heightened hearing to understand his environment. He amazed us from the very beginning. Now Rudy knows the layout of our house like the back of his paw. He runs up and down stairs without hesitation. He memorized the number of steps, the location of furniture, even where his treats are stored. Sometimes, he waits next to the cabinet for hours, just in case one of us decides to reward his patience. We share our home with 2 other cats. Big Kitty, our oldest, only has one eye. Little Kitty, the largest of the 3, is the boss of the house. And yet, Rudy fit right in. It was almost like he'd been with us forever. He used his enhanced senses to understand the other cats' behaviors, detect their movements across the floor, and even sense when they were near, long before we could see them. Unlike most cats, Rudy loves attention. He seeks it out. He follows voices, the sound of typing, or even the soft hum of a phone. When I work at my desk, Rudy sits right beside me on a little stool, completely content just being nearby. He leans toward the sound of my voice. He purrs when I talk to him. He finds comfort in human presence. The bond he shares with my husband is something special. Every day when he gets home from work, Rudy runs, literally runs, to the door. He rubs against his legs, meows in his unique little voice, and follows him around the house like a shadow. It's his way of saying, "I missed you." Rudy doesn't just live in our house. He brings life to our house. His resilience is something that humbles us every day. He doesn't let his blindness hold him back, and honestly, he doesn't even seem to know he's different. He's just Rudy, our fearless, affectionate, treat-loving, stair-climbing little miracle. To anyone out there considering adopting a special needs animal, I understand the hesitation. We were nervous too, but I can say with absolute certainty, the love, gratitude, and joy these animals bring is something you'll never regret. Rudy may have lost his eyes, but he sees us more clearly than most ever could. He sees love, safety, comfort, and he gives all of that back tenfold. Rudy's story is a reminder that every life matters, that every creature, no matter their challenges, deserves a chance to be loved. And if this story has touched your heart even a little, we'd be honored if you gave it a like or shared it with someone who needs a bit of hope today. And if you'd like to follow Rudy's journey and hear more stories like his, we'd love for you to subscribe, not just for us, but for every animal out there waiting to be seen for who they really are: worthy, wonderful, and full of love.